are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day. Na, 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 na.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me.
Oh.
My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, that's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
You are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Nah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. But I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I can come over.
Come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome, you're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KZAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumbles, Podchaser, Streaker, Spreaker, you name it, I'm there. Why? Because I want to balance out all the bad news that is so easily accessible with good news. So this show, they said it wouldn't last beyond a year, is now on a consecutive week 605, I believe. 605. I have to look down at the banner to be sure. 1,074 podcast shows. We were doing this before they even started calling them podcasts. I'm so grateful for all of your support here on a show that has no gossip, no scandal, no K-words. No Kanye talk at all, even though my special guest today was on Khloe Kardashian's Revenge Body show. I'll tell you a little story maybe when we have lunch tomorrow about why I don't say Kardashian talk, but Kanye talk. We do want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have topics and guests. If you've missed any of my past 1,073, go to free subscribe on my YouTube channel. You'll enjoy half the cast of Happy Days. You'll enjoy lots of humanitarians, Matt Embry, multiple sclerosis, the Cove, Rick O'Berry, one of my favorite. He streamed in from Taiji, Japan, where they used to slaughter dolphins. They do it much less often now. And so just free subscribe on my YouTube channel. Thank you. We just passed 2,000 subscribers and 303,000 views. So I'm grateful for that. Even though it's not about the numbers, I'm just grateful that this positivity is seeming to stick. And today I'm so delighted for my Tuesday Talent Series to have with me, as you can see, she's a beautiful inside and out and my favorite colorful woman. I love colorful women. My guest is multi-platform award-winning singer Ranella Ferrer. Is it Ferrer?
Ferrer.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
no problem.
I tripped on it this morning with my story from the pool too. She was born in Manila, Philippines, and has appeared on 75 Most Influential Filipino Americans in the U.S. from 20 to 22. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Ranella has been singing since she was 3 and started her career leading the entire school, singing the Philippine and National Anthem every school assembly. Moving to the States, she grew up in Cerritos and continued her singing career and worked with Dwayne Wayans Jr. as her musical composer while she relentlessly worked and studied at UCLA. Did you know that I was a professor there?
Were you? I would have taken your class.
Go Bruins. Yes. For sure. She has opened up for Stevie Wonder, a friend of mine. He actually recognizes me with my voice. I'm so grateful for that. Nayo, Keith Sweat, but I haven't worked with him yet. Keyshia Cole, Nelly, and other top R&B artists in the world. She's known for singing national anthems all over the country, including Lakers, Dodgers, Suns, Kings, you may know them, Padres, amongst others, and also the TV reality star of Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian on E! Network. And I interviewed the founder of E! Network too here. Her hosting career began. There's lots of overlap here with us, and I'll tell you exactly why she's here in a minute. Her hosting career began with the LA radio station 102.3 KJLH. Is that Stevie's?
Yes, it's Stevie Wonder. That's how I met him. Yeah.
All right, FM radio, which led her to be a featured host on The Voice, The Talk, and CNN Philippines. Fox News, amongst others. Ranella believes believing in God and having humility is the key to her success, for a great leader knows when to follow. Please welcome to my studio, and rightfully so, on Tuesday, talent Ranella Ferrer.
Good morning.
Yay!
Yay! Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I am so honored to be a part of your show now, and I'm here now to live, laugh, love, and learn from you, Dr. Marissa. I mean, I listened to your intro and I was like, wow, I am so honored to be a part of this. And just your happiness is contagious, and I love it. I love colors. I think colors is the basically being colorful is being happy, and I love your energy, and I gravitated towards you, and I've been a fan for a couple of months on social media, and now we're finally connected, and now I'm finally here, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and so tell them how we met, because people bash social media all the time. Social media, and you are like an example of the good in social media, because
I literally was looking for during the summer. I was looking at the boats and the city of Naples, and I saw your video. I believe you were just like having fun. You tagged the Naples Long Beach video or page, and I was like, oh wow, she's interesting. Oh wow, and she's also a talk show host. Oh wow, and she also does this, and also she's so fun. So I followed you, and she's you have a book about happiness, and I'm all about that. And I think part of me was also continuously seeking for that. So I gravitated towards you. There you go. 8 Ways to Happiness. Congratulations, by the way, on that. That's amazing. And I always look for women who are inspirational, motivational, just like yourself. And when the opportunity hit to reach out to you, I did.
Just by message on Instagram. I love it. And I'm a horrible, I'm a giver on social media. I rarely read or do anything myself.
Right.
And I just happened to see a message from her, and I'm like, I don't know this name.
Right. And you responded, and I was like, oh wow, thank you so much. And now here we are, and I'm talking to you, and I'm just grateful. I can't wait to finally have our lunch together as well, besides our talk right now, and share more information, and be a part of this journey of congratulations of 303,000 views. That's a lot, and that's something to be grateful for, because not everybody even gets to have their own podcast show or even gets to have this longevity in this business as Asian American women also too. That's another thing. That's how I was able to relate to you, and I was like, wow, there's not a lot of women like yourself, the Asian Oprah.
That's a story we'll get to, but I want to do breakfast with you, because that's how I start every show, in the most positive way, to balance out the bad news. I want us to go back and forth. And Troy, who's the co-captain of my cashew gallery, my play on peanut gallery, in the chat, he's already said good morning to you and welcoming you. We're going to take a bite of my gratitude sandwich for breakfast this morning, which means we go back and forth on what you're grateful for that's outside of yourself, as specifically as possible, in as short of words as possible. So that's how we kind of start. I started doing this year, and it's something that people love, and they just know that when they're not feeling good, if they come on my show, they're forced to be positive first in the show. All right. So I am grateful for social media that bring me people like Ranella. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for a friend who turned her negativity, right? She's going through a breakup, into positive. And by forcing herself to fight for her happiness, I'm grateful for that.
Awesome. Troy's grateful for your beautiful guest today. She's already made me smile this morning. Aww. He is he's so complimentary. That's why
Oh,
he's.
thank you, Troy.
Yeah, I am grateful to live in Southern California. I did my 40 minutes of bike down in the gym. I did my laps in the pool, and then I went in the jacuzzi. And a neighbor of mine was in there. She works from home as well. And even though I work everywhere, but she was there. And I looked at her and I said, "Doesn't life suck?" Sarcasm.
Right.
I offer. And she had just moved here in August. And she's just like, every day. I said, I've been here almost 7 years and I still feel like that. So and the more grateful you are, the more things come across your radar that you can be grateful. And Ranella, I'm grateful that Ranella is also a student of the law of attraction and Abraham Hicks.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Yay!
Amen. Yes.
Well,
And
that's awesome.
I'm
Go
grateful
ahead.
for having been able to read that and watch it, for like attracts like, hence why I was able to even gravitate towards you. And I'm grateful to be talking to you now, to be able to share this message and also have you as my inspiration and, mentor, as one of the Asian Americans who are making powerful moves for the world. And I'm grateful for that.
Oh, you're going to make me tear up. And tears are the disinfectant that keep my heart soft. So thank you for that. And Troy's grateful for today's weather, a brief thaw that might be the last of spring. He is streaming in from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Troy, when you come and visit, I expect a thing of Garrett popcorn. That's the best thing about Chicago for me, is that popcorn. Nobody makes cheese popcorn and caramel popcorn like Garrett's. I love going through Chicago because I'll run to the kiosk to get that. If you never tried, you travel a lot.
No.
You don't? You've never.
I haven't. No, I haven't tried the Chicago popcorn. I've been to Chicago. I've tried the hot dog.
Yeah, no.
Pizza.
You gotta try the popcorn. I'm
Okay,
grateful for Garrett's popcorn, and I need to make them a sponsor, so they'll send me something.
We need to reach out to them.
All right, why don't you finish us off? What are you grateful for?
I'm just grateful for life. I'm grateful to still be able to be here and do the things that I'm able to do and share it with the world. And I'm grateful to be able to see life the way I have, through the trials and tribulations. I don't look like what I've been through. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm literally, like, I'm just grateful for. I feel like I've been spoiled with life, and sometimes I don't even realize how much have been given, and that's why all I can do is give back and empty my plate so that more can come and I can share it with everybody else.
Yes.
I'm just grateful for that.
Yes.
I'm grateful for this voice. I'm grateful for so many things. I'm grateful for my husband. Living in California.
We're well beyond 8 now. We're well beyond it.
Okay, there we go.
Actually, you segued into the bottom of the bun. And the bottom of the bun is a little different. It's not outside of yourself, it's inside of yourself. And it's my BS, my belief system, that mental health, good mental health, starts with that solid self-care, self-knowing, self-love that isn't necessarily a common thing these days. Many people, and myself included, when you grow up with negative messages, and both of us share that, from well-meaning moms who believe they're helping you by telling you you're fat or you're ugly or you're not good enough. It's almost like that Asian negative motivation that I don't know where they went to school to get that, but it is one of those common things that Asian moms seem to have. You watched it in the Joy Luck Club. If you haven't watched that and you want to understand Asian women dynamics, that's a good film. Crazy Rich Asians is another one. Read my book. There's lots of, it's a group difference, it's not a stereotype. And you know they love you, and at the same time, my 89-year young mom with Parkinson's, still I call her like every other day, and it's so don't eat too much. Have you gained weight? It's that constant thing. And Ranella is also going to share with us her journey, which includes that I already know about, but she'll do that later. But I have had to learn how to appreciate myself so that those voices don't drive my life car over a cliff. Because if I have that critic all the time, well-meaning but hurtful, then I am looking for love in all the wrong places. And you see people, how many likes, who likes me, literally, how many likes am I? And that's the most dangerous way to live your worthiness, right? So I want you to exercise your muscle of worthiness by being open and vocal about how great you are. And especially if you're an Asian woman, Chinese, Japanese, we have a saying, the nail that stands up is hammered down. How's that for right? So that's do the bottom of the bun. So I'll start. I appreciate that I have learned to use my voice, no matter how much shame that I initially felt from my ancestors. How's that?
That's amazing. I appreciate how every time I fall, I land on my feet and I still keep going no matter what the situation is, the lacking, how impossible it seems. I'm grateful for that. And I appreciate that I'm able to still continue on.
Beautiful. I appreciate that when I land on my assets, I also I've learned how to say ouch and still get up, but allowing myself the 16 seconds of feeling either mad or hurt or pissed offedness, and then getting back up is something I appreciate. Your turn.
I appreciate that no matter what is thrown my way, what thoughts, what words that may come to attack me and hurt me or try to hurt me, I'm still able to block it and know that who I am inside doesn't matter to whatever they think of me, because at the end of the day, my creator, God, is the only person that can judge me, and I know my worth, and I appreciate that. No matter what, I still know my worth throughout those negative words from people.
Beautiful. And I call my God my UPS man, my universal power source, who delivers every morning when I meditate. And one of the things that helped me,
I love that.
The whole God thing, because I grew up extremely with a God that needed anger management classes. So when you said judge, that sort of reminded me how I was able to move and not throw the baby out with the bathwater around a power outside of me was seeing my UPS man, when I do fall, when I do something stupid, or if I am attacked in some way, my UPS man is kind of like that. Oh, honey, you stepped in it. That's so cute. Or, I'm sorry, that hurt. And just no judgment, but a very embracing, when kids.
Right.
Yes, so I love that. So I'm offering that as a visual for everyone.
I love that.
Yeah, it's especially good for people who grew up with the angry God.
Yes.
So all right. I think let's get going. We're already 25 minutes into the show, and I want to know more about you. So thank you all for joining us for breakfast with Dr. Marissa and my very special guest this morning, Ranella Ferrer. So yeah, I promise you, if you do this exercise and have breakfast, taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich for 28 consecutive days, you will sandwich your day in the most positive way. All right. I have, Ranella, not an answering machine, but I have a questioning machine. So when you call me, I say, who are you and what do you want? So answer me that. Who are you, Ranella, and what do you want?
Ranella is a strong, powerful, ambitious woman who is here to bless people with her voice that has been gifted and been blessed with many things, but uses her voice as her core to share her message and purpose to the world by singing, by talking, by motivating, by sharing life experiences, and by sharing her energy and great energy and to the world to ensure that kindness does work to make everything better in this world, to change your mind about life and to change your outlook on your own life or whatnot.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. That absolutely, you can tell why she could be my little sister for sure. She certainly exudes. Now, it wasn't always like that. So I want you to take me through a little bit of your journey that was actually, you shared it with me. It was on Revenge Body channel with Khloe Kardashian. And so tell me a little bit about that. First, though, to qualify you, is there anything that is not copyright protected that you can just riff a bit? Because I know that's going to be one of those, I want to hear her voice. So I've heard some of your stuff from your Instagram, but please, I'm sure people always ask you, sing a little something. So
sure. This is my own song, and this is actually my song for you, too. It's to all the women in this world that are powerful and strong, and they consider themselves a queen. Powerful, I'm in control. Beautiful, in every sense of the word. It's not arrogance, it's confident. I know what I'm worth. I know who I am, and can't nobody gonna tell me any different. Set my own trends. I'm my own brand. I do it with class. I'm timeless. Set my own rules. Wrote my own book, and I believe in the queen I am. The queen I am.
Wow, what a beautiful voice and beautiful lyrics. 3 years old, you started. Who discovered you at home? Were you singing in front of the TV?
I feel like I've been singing since I was just a fetus in my mother's womb, because I don't remember a single day that I didn't sing or hum a tune. However, my dad was he was a captain, so he traveled all over the world. He plays all kinds of instruments. He would always bribe me with money, Asian people, yeah. So he would give me money. He was like, I'll give you money if you sing for everyone. So I have videos when I was little, when I had money in my hand, singing to everyone when I was 3 years old. Wow. And ever since then, he's just pushed me to sing, and, life just happened, and here I am. I didn't really think that I was going to be like a professional singer or whatnot, because that also is part of the journey as being Asian Americans, because our family wants us to be a doctor, a lawyer. For us Filipinos, as a nurse, And to me, I'm like, I will faint if I see blood. I can't, I can't do blood. So that is part of the journey of even being on the show Revenge Body, because I didn't get that financial support. You know, my family cut me off. They were like, well, you're on your own. You could do whatever you want, but we're not supporting you financially because you want to do what you want to do. So I said, okay, fine, I'll do it. And I started working, different marketing gigs as a brand ambassador or whatnot, just so I can fund my singing career. But because of that, I also didn't have proper nutrition and I started gaining weight. And before you know it, I'm 70 pounds heavier. And I was like, wait, I can't perform anymore like I used to. And that's how the show fell on my lap, because I didn't think I was ever going to be on a reality show. I was like, no way. I'm a singer. That's what I do. I'm not going to sell myself out and do that. But the fact that it was part of my story, that here's an Asian singer pursuing her musical career and not being supported by her parents, which is typical for us Asians. We're not supported by our parents with whatever, being in the entertainment business is like foreign to them.
Stripping.
Right?
I tell people they don't understand that for me to be on camera talking and on stage as a motivational speaker talking, people say, oh, your parents should be so proud. I said, no, actually, this is like stripping to them. On stage is like stripping. So.
Right. No, it's true. And, my mom at that time, living in Cerritos, I would go to Hollywood. Going to Hollywood alone is like going to a foreign country. It's like, I'm not going to that traffic. I'm not going to do that. So it's, I was literally on my own, being independent. And that's also what humbled me out, because the people that I've encountered that actually have parents that support them in doing music, they didn't have as much, especially in the music business. You don't make money unless you really make it. And people don't know that behind the scenes. Yes, you get the free clothes. Yes, you get to see all celebrities or whatnot, but it's still also being questioned as an Asian artist around these great musicians. They're like, well, go sing for us, because that's the first thing that they think. They're like, okay, well, you're Asian. Can you really sing?
Yeah.
Especially during those times, like over 10, 15 years ago when I started singing, Asians weren't as popular on the TV screen or on the radio. All these streaming platforms weren't available for us to be seen. So I was really questioned, especially the people that I've been surrounded by who sings for church with really big, heavy voices that sing like Stevie Wonder to like all these big R&B soulful artists. So I was used to being put out there like, go ahead and sing for us. So I'm grateful that for yourself, to still be able to have this podcast. I'm grateful to still be able to do the things that I'm doing at this point.
Yeah.
This is definitely.
I think that people really may not appreciate the level of criticism and the level of non-support for Asian women, just because the group difference in the culture is so strong that the women's place really is to be behind. I can remember my father, who was a professor in chemical engineering, had graduate students who were Japanese, Chinese, and I think he had Filipino, Korean men in his laboratory. And during the holidays, they would come, and literally I watched a Japanese wife walk 3 steps behind his student, kneel down, grab his slippers. This is not like that long ago, right?
Right. Wow.
And I was like, so it was, to unlearn, learn out of what you are conditioned. I used to joke, when I would date and Caucasian men would say to me, I've always been attracted to Asian women. And I would, if I staged, I would say, number one, I'm not cooking for you. I'm not cleaning for you. And the only way I want them on your back is with spiked heels on, and then, one last story. And if you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio today, it is Tuesday Talent on Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. And you can watch and listen on my free subscribe YouTube channel. And we are here blessed with Tuesday Talent today, Ranella Ferrer, who hit me up on social. And now we are getting to know each other. We get to have sushi tomorrow, but she is here to talk with me about who she is. And she's a beautiful singer. She does the anthem. You've probably heard her. Dodgers, Kings, you name it. She's already sung out there. And we're talking about what it's like to grow up as Asian women. And I'll finish with this quick story only because it's about singing. I wanted to sing. I was approached by, you don't know this, I was approached by Five Star, who handled Sade back in the day, said, do a demo. I was singing and playing at Piano Bar as original stuff. And I thought that's what I was going to do. And my father, my beloved father, got wind that that's what I wanted to do. Instead of get my PhD, flew from Toronto down there, and sat me down and said, and my father loved me. I mean, loved me. So I was daddy's girl. He said, you're good. You're a good singer, but you're not that good. There's plenty of people who are better singers than you who will die if they don't sing. And you have other, you've wanted to be a professor or get a PhD since you were 4 years old. So go and finish that. And you can always go back to music. So that is why I'm not where you are sitting to, want to do that career. Although Don Most, Ralph Mal from Happy Days, has been my latest inspiration because acting was not his number one, singing was. And so he just went back last year. And now he's climbing the charts on Heritage UK with his song New York High. Go vote for him. And so I applaud you that you did more than I did as far as saying, no, I'm going to sing. No matter if you disown me, no matter if you're disappointed with me, but continue with your story. You went inside yourself, started eating, gained 70 pounds. I can't even imagine it. Although I have also been on that.
Oh my goodness.
I
commend you because at the end of the day, once a singer, the good thing is about now, going back to social media, because you can share your gift to the world no matter what the age is, no matter what your size is, because you could just do it no matter what. You could still do your Sade songs right now, especially right now. I think that's what the world needs. Something more calm and more meaningful and sensual and romantic. So Dr. Marissa, I'm all here to support you on that journey, okay? But going back to the weight gain, one thing I realized, most of the people, my castmates on Revenge Body, I was on season 1, the original season of Revenge Body. At that time, we weren't even aware if it was going to be released. We were filming already. One thing I realized, every single one of us had our own mental journey of weight gain. It wasn't just because, we just started wanting to eat one day. One girl, she actually got raped. And because of that, she wanted to protect herself. So she started gaining weight to protect herself. Another one went through, her husband passed away. And so she went through depression. So it's all mental health. And that's one thing that people don't realize. Most of the time that people do gain weight is because of a mental, they're going through something, mentally that they're not used to. And whether it be sometimes it's positive. Like right now, I got married. My husband loves me for the way I am.
Oh, how did you
I've
meet
been
him? How did you meet him? Oh,
at the coffee shop. I'm just kidding. So no, during the pandemic, I was living alone in LA and I was bored. I was thinking of different tactics to gain Instagram followers. I was like, well, why don't I sign up for all these dating applications? So, because if they like you and they swipe right, I don't even know if it's left, right? I just kept swiping, 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 swiping. Okay. And then he slipped through the cracks. I'm telling you, that's a secret. You want to add more followers on your Instagram, social media, the dating apps. Okay. If you're single, it worked because he signed up for it. And you know, the funny thing is, I actually was visiting my family in Cerritos at that time. And my sister was like, come on, let's go run to the beach. So I'm not going to say where I'm located, but we were driving through the area. And I was like, oh, I like this area. So I turned on my location. And that's how I matched with him. And then fast forward, here I am. But I also always had, because I was single for all these years, I was always also so focused because I've learned that being in a relationship for me, it was hard because it held me back from doing a lot of things that I wanted to do because they get jealous, insecure, and I don't want that. You know, we're like free little birds. We want to be able to do the things we want to do and be happy and whatnot. I wanted to make sure that I found someone that was secure with me being in the music business. Also, I have a time frame. The first time that I meet you, if we like each other, we have 3 months. I give you a 3 month, just like a job. I give you a 3 month probation to see if this is working out. If it's 3 months, good. Okay, we'll continue on. 6 months, okay, great. By a year, you should already know if you want me to be your wife or not. And if you don't, goodbye. Why am I wasting my precious time on you?
it's kind of scary listening to her. Does she sound familiar at all, Cashew Gallery, to someone you know?
Oh, really?
Oh,
wow.
Yes. Oh, yes. You, yeah, there's a lot of similarities.
Oh my goodness. See, you're like my long lost
sister. Honest, it's kind of scary listening to you. It's like, oh, is that how I sound?
Oh my goodness.
No, in a good way. In a good way.
But it's so true. Why?
Yeah.
I tell my girlfriends, why waste your time? You know, after a year of your precious. I'm not being conceited or anything, but I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my pretty on you, like, because there's next in line, please, because your joy, your energy, your, you know, Dr. Mercer, you have so much to share. Why waste it on someone who's not going to harbor that and enlighten you more so than you already are? So, and here I am. I'm grateful.
You are now my manager. You have you've passed that test. Didn't know I was going to have a test, but you definitely you are qualified to rep me now.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I got you. So don't worry. Yes, absolutely.
That's so funny. So, okay. So now, how did you get on stage to sing the national anthem for huge teams, Dodgers, Kings? How did that happen?
You know, I never thought that that's what's going to be in my musical career. I just wanted to perform. I used to perform with dancers, but as I gained weight, I got conscious, so I stopped performing with dancers because now they're like sexier than me. They can wear midriffs, and here I am wearing a turtleneck if I have to. But so when a long time ago, I went to the Lakers. I think no, actually, it was called the Crypto Arena. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, the Staples Center at that time. I was working a marketing gig, and then I heard someone doing sound check, and I think it was a Latin artist, and I was like, wow, look at this stadium. I'm like, I would love to sing here one day. Fast forward, I was listening to Les Brown, the motivational speaker, cleaning my apartment. This is when I was living in Sherman Oaks. And they said that it was Kobe Bryant's last season for the Lakers. And I was like, man, he's about to retire, and I still haven't sung for the Lakers. And I actually have tried to submit myself every year since like 2012, but very casually, not like, knowing what I know now. And I was listening to Les Brown, and he said something about, I kept going to the radio station every day to try to get a job. I don't know if you know his story. He tried to get a job at the radio station, and he would go every single day and ask the manager, hey, are you hiring today? And the manager was like, no, we're not hiring. He'll go back the next day. Are you hiring today? No, we're not hiring. He'll go back again the next day. Are you hiring today? And the manager was like, go get me coffee. So he got, right. And that's how he got the job at the radio station. And that day, I was cleaning my apartment. I was like, let me try again and email the Lakers. And also, that what people don't understand is like, I started literally from the bottom, no manager, no agent at this time. I called Ticketmaster. I was like, hi, who's in charge of booking the Lakers? They were like, you need to call the Lakers office. I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. Called the Lakers office. Got the information, emailed the person. The lady was like, you need to do this, that, to submit again. So I kept doing that. And then that day I did it again. And then Lord and behold, that week, my whole body rose. I got the email and they said, would you like to sing the national anthem January 10th, 2016 for the Lakers? It was Kobe's last season. And my whole body was like, wow, thank you. And I was so nervous because my whole family was there. My mom was sitting next to me. And this is when my family kind of like, okay, all right. So you're really a singer. Yes, mom. Like, we're here in front of Kobe. Like, yes. And I was in the bathroom holding onto the stall, like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? How did I get here? And, ever since then, it just kind of like, that would be, I would say, out of all the gigs that I've done in my life, that would be the most memorable one, because it was the first time that I really felt like everything came to fruition that, manifested.
You set the intention. The baseline, I believe, I'm getting chills right now, is that you really, in your heart, mind, body, soul, believed in you.
Yes.
I think that, yeah.
It's like, I always knew I was going to be a singer, like in my heart, since I was a little girl. But I didn't know to what magnitude. I just wanted to sing. I didn't know this is I didn't know everything else was gonna come, the good and the bad. And, and the funny thing is, January 10th, that same night, after I sung for the Lakers, I was home again. Like, okay, so, after that high of being up there, I was crying. I was like, well, what's next, God? I was like, what's next? I found the posting of Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian, and I submitted myself that same day, that same night. And that same week, I got booked. And mind you, I was 70 pounds heavier at this time. I was even embarrassed to sing because I remember I was wearing a jacket. My mom was like, oh, let's just buy some stuff. And I was like, but I'm wearing double XL now. I used to be a medium small. So I was embarrassed to show, how I look. But looking back now, it's like, those were the moments that I actually should have been proud of, because the before and after, I mean, like they say, the journey is the actual success, because
yes, yeah, and no more shitting on yourself. No shitting on yourself ever, because everything happens for your divine investment. So every moment of that. And Maria, who is streaming in from Colorado, is thanking you for sharing your health journey. It's an inspiration. And it truly is. I mean, you have brought up so many important things I'm glad that I have you here. I love highlighting colorful women. I love highlighting especially Asian women, because you're right. There are not a lot of us who really are not afraid to sort of lay it out there, and that means we are targets for good and not so good, kind and not so kind. And so
Mhm.
I want to give you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award for
Oh, thank you.
courage and bravery in what you're doing. And I don't give everybody that award.
Thank you so much.
For sure. For
That's
sure.
one thing at least I got from my dad was be strong. Because what I think that's also being raised by Asian parents, we are raised to a certain level of respect for ourselves. They want us to be a certain way. And I think that's actually what helped me being around the entertainment business because they're full, like you said, they think, we're oh yeah, sure, me love you long time. No, I won't love you long time. Maybe for a month.
Oh, don't even tempt me to go there.
Yeah, so they have this, perception of how we're supposed to be. And I'm
Right.
like, first of all, my cooking is a hit or miss. Okay, so I know you can cook. Maybe you can teach me because.
Hey, I make a lot of reservations. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's awesome.
but it truly is. I think that it is time. That's why I loved Michelle Yeoh getting that award. People go, oh, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Diversity in all of this. It's a huge deal. Your ability to see yourself as worthy and important. You do look at what shape, size, color, height, ethnicity is out there. And
Right.
I don't know if you know, when I did part of my book tour in the Philippines with
Wow.
a beautiful speaking partner. I just think she's amazing. Jessica Cox she was born armless, and she is in the Guinness World Record the first armless pilot, right? So she obviously did not use any of her physical disability. And we called ourselves the Limitless Women. We were on the Limitless Women tour. And she got me on the show I think you were on ABS-CBN
I see.
with Karen Davila, who's known as the Philippine Oprah.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
So
that's
I was
awesome.
on that. And so it was funny. The Asian Oprah and the Philippine Oprah were on that show. I have a clip of it on my YouTube channel, so I'll have to send it to you, the link. But anyways, let's back to you. I'm getting the sound effects to
It's okay.
to you. Actually, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And releasing safety and peace and, right timing for whatever's going on right now with that ambulance and first responder. So we're just going to hold that space for them. So, okay. So then you go on Khloe Kardashian, you are losing weight. How are you losing the weight? I'm sure that's.
I worked out, I actually didn't realize I was going to end up loving the gym and fitness, but also it helped that my trainer was cute. So I was being trained by this guy named Corey Kaye. So, I was single, overweight at that time. I wasn't getting no play. So, he was training Michael B. Jordan at the gym because he actually trained Michael B. Jordan for Creed. So he's the known trainer for Michael B. Jordan that brought Michael B. Jordan's body to life. So at that time, he was training him for Black Panther movie. I didn't even know what Black Panther was. I was like, well, I'm training for Revenge Body. But it did help that I would see Mike B at the gym pushing those, I still don't know what they're called. And I would be at the elliptical machine and I'd just be like, well, as long as he's working out, I'll just keep going. And I would just see all these cute guys. Now, ladies, if you're single, the gym is the place to be. Okay? I'm telling you. I don't know. So yes, I got obsessed with boys and then I got obsessed with working out. So that was my motivation. And, I literally worked out all day.
I am so surprised that my cashew gallery is not picking up on the fact that if you thought I was outrageous, this is the titration that happens to the next generation. To my little sister.
Yes, ma'am.
She's like more outrageous than I am. I love it.
I mean, honestly, I'm conservative, but then my personality is like there. I can't really explain
I love it.
So, when I was single, I love to look, but don't touch, don't come close. I just like to look. Just I like my surrounding pretty. But I'm telling you, single men at the gym. I'm gonna tell you where to go, Dr. Marissa, which gym to go to, where all the single men are.
But I'm too self-conscious about my body. I really.
Oh my gosh!
To put myself out there. I used to say this. I don't say this anymore because people say the same thing. It's like, oh my God, what are you talking about? You look fabulous. And I'll say, with clothes on, yes, but if I take my clothes off, you're going to run away screaming with your hair on fire.
No.
I know. I don't say that anymore. I just say that for like the funny part of it. I am working. I've lost, I lost like 40 pounds.
Wow.
38 pounds from Valentine's to Valentine's. I've since then gained some back.
Wow.
But I'm still, but it's up here. I think that for a lot of women, it's up here. No matter if you grew up being called fat, it's very difficult to, heal through that because there's still that residue. But Maria was saying here that she also, I missed major opportunities because I didn't think I had the perfect body. And that is something we women just need to get over because there is no such thing as a perfect body. It doesn't help that I modeled for 8 years. And so I have pictures of what my perfect body was.
Oh my goodness.
And so that also, is like that critic, right? So I have to practice what I teach. The name of the show is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. I try to use it 88% of the time. But we are running out of time. I knew we would. We'll definitely have you back. But do you have a final word for anyone out there? Maybe a special message for Asian women, since that seems to be one of the topics that we've dealt with today. What would you like to say as a final word, Ranella Ferrer?
You're not what people think or say you are. You are what you truly believe in your heart. You are. Whatever your purpose is, whatever your calling is, go follow that. Because the only way you're not going to make it in life into what you want to do is either you die or you give up.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. Body self-image is my kryptonite. Men struggle too. It's taboo. Another great show. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's glad that he got to meet you. And we let's see. Maria has, where is that? There we go. Fabulous guest. Much success to you. It's well deserved.
Thank you so much.
Life, it really truly is that journey that you were talking about. And if we can embrace just every part of it and juice it, as I've been saying lately, is to grab it by the cojones and really, as she was talking about, don't let anyone step on your dreams or pursue what it is that you're passionate. I know that some of you, I can hear it, but I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Go experiment. Go have fun. I feel like going paddleboarding. Never been in my life. Do it anyways. I don't know if I can sing. Do it anyways. Just try. The gospel according to Nike. Just do it. We have 30 seconds. It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Thank you, Ranella Ferrer, for coming on the show. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you tomorrow. We're talking about retail therapy and doctors in the house.